Happy Friday, happy Friday. Going into the weekend, it's been a couple of days since I've catched up with you guys and kind of share with you guys a message. And for me, being able to be in the trenches, still in the trenches, man, still in the trenches with you guys and still kind of experiencing what it really takes to be able to transform your life. Let me be real with you. I'm still facing challenges from the old Felice. I call that person, the 200 kilo Felice, I call him the 200 kilo Felice, right? There's a constant battle between the 200 kilo Felice and the person that I am today. The person right now that's been able to lose 80 kilos and the version that I want to become, by the end of this year. Like the goal at the end of this year is to be able to get down to 130, right? So there's a constant challenge going from the 200 kilo Felice to the person that I am today. And then the person that I want to become. It's a tug of war, guys. And I talk a lot about this. I'm going to put a link below. I have a free coaching group on Facebook, so I'll put a link below. Make sure you join that. But look, man, the message that I have for you guys today, the message that I want to share with you guys today, look, I get it. First of all, I posted up on my Facebook, and I had a question, and the question was why do men, when they get married, why do they, after they get married, very similar to me, maybe similar to your experience, they settle down, and then you just notice within months, within years, you just put on more and more weight. And I asked that question, is that common? Why does that happen? And there was a lot of great feedback. A lot of people were saying different things. A lot of people saying, because I'm comfortable. A lot of people say, I'm lazy. A lot of, it was good to hear feedback. And I would like to hear more feedback. Comment below, but let me know. But, some of the wives were like, you know what? It was just a shift in priorities. Things changed. And I get it. And, a common answer was, I've just become lazy, Felice. I've become lazy, and that's why I put on all the weight. And and I'll challenge you on that. And what I want to share with you guys today is that it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're lazy is the reason why you put on all this weight. Like if you're like me and you put on more than 30, 40, 50, like compared to me putting up 100 kilos ever since you've settled down, ever since you got married, it's not because you're lazy, brother. It's not because you're lazy. Like, you know how to train, right? Think about it. Like, if you had kids right now, yeah? And let's just say, touch wood, it doesn't happen, but let's just say a kidnapper comes and he grabs your kid and he starts running off. You're at the mall and you're walking at the mall, and then some kidnapper comes and he grabs your kid and he starts running. Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to stand there, right? You're going to chase after that kidnapper. You're going to do whatever you can to get your kid back, right? Because it's a priority. Because in that moment of time, it's a priority for you to get that kid, to be able to save your kid and to be able to bring him back to you. Take him out of harms and danger and bring him back to you. So it's not because you're lazy, brother. Like the message that I want to share with you right now. Like if you're like me and you've gained all this weight, it's not because you're lazy. It's just not a priority right now. In your life right now, what's happened is this transition. A transition just like me. When you get married, like before you got married, think about this. Before you got married, how was life? It was easy. It was like, compared to where you are right now, it was cruisy, right? Like I remember for me, before I got married, like I was staying at home. I had a job. I can go to the gym whenever I wanted to go to the gym, right? I can hang out with my mates when I wanted to hang out with my mates. I can hang out with, my girlfriend or my fiance back then. I can go out and hang out with her. And then, I had all this time. And then what happens is you commit to your partner, and then you're like, you know what? I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Like, I want us to have our own place. I want to have a family. And what happens is you go from having all this time and limited hats, and then you now get married. And when you get married, most of you guys, you move out. Within years, you have a child. You have one kid or two kids. Like for me, I got married, and then every single year after that, like my wife was pregnant. So you go from only wearing one or two hats, and now you're wearing different hats. You have different responsibilities in your life right now. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? You go from having like one or two responsibilities. Now you got all these responsibilities of now you're the father. Now you're a father now. So you got this hat. You got this hat now that you're a father. So you got to do father things. Then you got a hat of being a husband. You're a husband now. So now you've got to be able to, make sure that you're still dating your wife. Make sure that she's mentally right. Make sure that you're helping around the house. Number 3, then you got to look after yourself, brother. And so what happens, what I've noticed, guys, what I came to realize is that I went from wearing 1 or 2 hats to now wearing 5 or 6 hats. I'm a father, so I've got children that are dependent on me. I'm a husband, so I've got to make sure that me and my wife are still dating, we're still falling in love, making sure that I'm sharing the load around the house within the family. And then I'm the provider. Then I'm working. So I'm at my job now, and I have to get a promotion. Like, I'm trying to make more money now, because guess what? Number 4, you're paying the bills. Everything is dependent on you. You guys hearing what I'm saying right now? See the transition? Do you see the difference? Now I'm the provider in the family right now. I'm paying for the bills. I'm paying for the rent. I'm paying for the mortgage. I'm paying for the car repayments. And if you're like me, my wife had to stop working. So my wife stopped working. Guess what? I'm the main provider. And because I'm the main provider, I'm working. I was working 2 jobs. I was working real estate, and I was working like 50 to 60 hours just so we can keep up with our lifestyle. And so what happened was I stopped focusing on me. I was no longer a priority at that moment. The priority was my children. The priority was my family. And so along that journey, guys, what you'll notice in your life is that what happens is you stop looking after yourself. You stop looking after you. And because you stop looking after you, just like me, you're working a lot. Food becomes comfort. I get it. Food becomes comfort. You have this relationship with food, it becomes comfort to you. And you just start to eat. And this becomes a habit. And over time, it just becomes a habit and a habit. And you're no longer a priority at that moment. And the priority is your wife and your children. And then what happens is you put on 10 kilos, and 10 goes to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30. And this happens for a couple of years. And then what happens, bang, you put on 30 kilos, bang, you put on 40 kilos, 50 kilos. And you justify it. This is the thing, guys. Like, I justified me putting on weight because I was looking after my wife and my kids, because I was providing financially. I was putting, I was paying for the rent. I was paying for the bills. I was doing my best. But what I failed to understand, that they were all relying on me, guys. And it got to a point where I just became too heavy. It came to a point in my life where I just gained so much weight that it just tired me down. Like, I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up with the same lifestyle. I couldn't keep up with, I couldn't keep up with the hours. And then after that, trying to be the present father, trying to be that present husband to my wife, and everything just kind of crumbled down. I couldn't love my kids the way I should love them. I couldn't pour time and energy to my wife because I was struggling with myself. I was struggling with myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't love me, brother. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't love me. I would look in the mirror and I would cringe. Like, I'm over 200 right now, all baggy eyes, I'm falling asleep, I have gout, sleep apnea. I didn't love me. So how can I love my children? How can I pour time into them? How can I pour time into my wife if I didn't love me? And this is the problem, guys. So what am I trying to say? It's not a matter of you lazy. You're not lazy. It's just not a priority right now. And so what I'm saying is you need, like, it's very simple. The problem is it's not a priority. Your health is not a priority for you. Everything else is a priority. And along that time, within 1, 2, 3, 4 years, it's become a habit. You've normalized it. Like, your lifestyle right now, you've normalized being 50 to 100 kilos overweight. It's normal to you. It's a normal way of living. And so what I'm here to say is it's not normal. It's not normal to be like this. It's not normal to be 50 kilos overweight. It's not normal to want to go out in public, to not want to go to shops. It's not normal to cringe every time you see yourself in a photo or in a video. Because you're the leader of your family. Like, that's what I'm always challenging. I'm always challenging myself. I'm always challenging the brothers that I work with. I'm like, you're the father. Like, you're the leader of the family. The reality and the truth is everything is dependent upon you. Everything is dependent upon you. Your wife, your kids is dependent upon you. If you don't have the energy and the motivation, guess what? That's what you're going to be pouring into your relationship. And trust me, I work with fathers. I work with married men right now. Some of them are at a point in their life right now where it's just too late. They just became normal, like it just became too comfortable. It was never a priority for them to date their wife. It was never a priority for them to be able to look after the kids. And guess what? Then their wife doesn't get that love from him. So then what? Some other Tom, Dick, and Harry comes down the road, starts talking to her on Facebook, starts talking to her on Instagram, and then guess what? She goes off on another relationship. So whose fault is it? I don't know. But what I am trying to say right now, what we can do is we can be proactive. Prevent that from happening is you need to look after yourself, brother. You guys hear what I'm saying? Like, you need to look after you. Like, you are the prize. Like, what I came to realize, like, everything is dependent upon me. I'll take that responsibility. I'll put it on myself. I am the father. I am the leader. I need to be fit. I need to be strong. I need to be mentally stable up here. Why? Because my wife. Like, I've got 4 kids right now. 4 kids. All under the age of 5. It's not easy. It's not easy. Respect to those that have more. Respect to anyone that's married and has kids. It's difficult. Different responsibilities. And so along that line, it's not, you know what, I'm going to come up with excuses and I'm going to be a victim. You don't be a victim of your current situation. Like, oh, Felice, you don't understand, bro. Like, I'm working, I'm providing for my kids. Yeah, and what? And what? And what? Come on, bro. And what? We're all in this grind. We're all doing it together. You become a victim. How about you level up and how about you start looking after yourself? Just think about it now. If you lost 50, if you lost 30, 50, 60, 70 kilos, how much more different would your life be? How much more energy would you have? How much more determination would you have? You think you'll get a promotion at your job? Yeah, you would. You'll be more productive at work. Your boss will see the potential in you. Guess what? He'll give you a pay rise. He'll give you a better role. Imagine if you started your own business. You always wanted to do that. All right, you can do it now because guess what? You've worked on yourself. You've gained belief in yourself. And so what I came to realize is you need to prioritize you, brother. Married men, just because you're married, it doesn't give you an excuse to put on weight and normalize it. That's not the reality right now. It is the reality. That's a lot of people live like that now. So for me, I'm challenging that. I challenge that. I challenge it. I'm like, you know what? Level up. It's a great opportunity right now for you to level up and to look after you. You are the prize. For me right now, like I'm at a point right now where I'm just like, every day I'm driving, I'm trying to get better and better and better as a man. I'm like, you know what? How can I improve? You know, mentally, physically, be stronger, spiritually be stronger. Like, I'm a believer. I believe in God. How do I become more spiritually in tune with God? How do I become physically strong? How do I work on myself mentally? How do I have a stronger mindset? Because my girls, they're going to be growing up. They're going to get bullied at school. They're like, oh, I can't do this, Dad. And I need to be there for them, for my wife. It's a different way of thinking. So what it comes down to, guys, you're not lazy. You gaining all this weight is not because you're lazy. It's just that you haven't prioritized your life. And so what am I trying to say right now? You need to prioritize you. You need to start looking after you. You need to start looking after your health. You need to be healthier. You need to be stronger. You need to start investing into yourself. And that, like, you know, that's very general. But be specific. Like for me, wake up in the morning and stop looking at social media. How about you wake up in the morning and do some sort of meditation? How about you wake up in the morning and look at your goals? Look at your goals. Like, what goal do you want to achieve? Like, come on, this is the last 6 months. This is the last 6 months of 2020. Last 6 months of 2020. What do you want to achieve by the end of this year? And then what you do is you wake up every single morning. You wake up every single morning and you look at your goals. You write your goals down. You look at it every single morning. You go for a walk. Do some sort of exercise. Take your kids with you. Normalize it within your family. Podcast. I've got a podcast. There are plenty of podcasts out there for free. Listen to one of that a day. Personal development. Start to eat better. Start to educate yourself. Educate yourself on nutrition. Educate yourself on exercise. Educate yourself on mindset. Educate and surround yourself with people that are on the journey with you. This is what I mean by start prioritizing you. You need to start nurturing yourself because you're the father. Everyone's relying on you. And this is what I do guarantee, brother. This is what I do guarantee. When you start to invest in you, when you start to prioritize you, when you start to dedicate it, like I'm not saying dedicate the whole day, okay? Because that's not realistic. Especially, you know, for me, I just dropped my daughter to school, came back. I'm just saying like spend 1 hour, at least half an hour to an hour on you every day. Just on you. Either you're writing, journaling, meditating, either you're listening to a podcast, either you're going for a 30-minute walk, either you're going to the gym. Doesn't have to be fancy, guys. And when you start to prioritize you, then what happens is you become a lot more happier. You're more mentally stable. Then you start to achieve your goals, and guess what? Life gets a lot more better. You have more energy. And so your wife notices a difference within you. Your children notice a difference in you. Okay? So look, guys, what I've created for married men that have gained more than 50 kilos. I've got a free coaching group, and tomorrow I'll be doing a live workshop on Zoom. A live workshop on Zoom where I'll be sharing you 3 steps that you need to apply in your journey to be able to lose 50 kilos within less than 12 months. All you need to do, it's a free training. I'll put a link below. Join the Facebook group. Okay, if you're not married, if you don't have more than 50 kilos, unfortunately, I can't help you at this time. I do get messages from other people. Unfortunately, at this time, I'm just dedicated. There's goals that I want to achieve by the end of this year. And I've just got time and energy to be able to dedicate to these brothers here. Okay? But on this Facebook group, there's a lot more training in regards to what I do and just tips and strategies just to kind of get you moving forward. Just because I know maybe this might be motivating to you, but let's be real. Willpower, motivation, just like a battery, it runs out. Okay? So I'll put a link below. Join that Facebook group. It's a coaching group for married men that have gained more than 50 kilos. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, comment below. Much love. Have an awesome and safe weekend. Be present with your wife. Be present with your children. Smile, guys. Okay? And what I want you guys to do is comment below, what is a takeaway? What's something that you've taken away from this? Like, it starts now, man. Don't be like, you got to change what you do. If you want a different result, you need to start changing what you do and the way you think. And so one thing I highly suggest for you to do is comment below what's something that you've learned, what's something that you're going to do. As soon as you put it down and you comment below or message it to me, then it's real, it becomes real. But when you just keep it in your mind, it just becomes safe. And guess what? Most of the time, you don't even do it. Okay? So much love. I'll post up the link below for married men that have to lose more than 50 kilos. It's a free coaching group. Join it. I'll be doing a live training tomorrow on Zoom where you guys can jump on, have any questions, and we'll answer it and we'll go from there. Okay? Much love. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll speak to you guys soon. See ya.